Hi, I'm Catherine, and here we are at the Mountain Thread Company. We've done a series of videos on how to make your own coiled rope basket. Everything from what kind of rope to choose, to the right threads, how to set your sewing machine. We started an oval coil and a round coil, and we've built some baskets. So the final thing that we're going to talk about is how to finish off and get a cute little loop or fun little button kind of look. So we're going to talk through that right now. The first thing, once you make the basket the height that you want to leave a few inches of rope. So if you need like a little loop or a little coil, you want that to be, maybe let's say 3 to 6 inches of rope. 6 inches obviously is going to give you a bigger loop or coil. 3 inches is going to be sufficient though for the small ones. So what you're going to do at the end of your coil here, you're going to zigzag stitch and you're going to back stitch just a little bit. Now that's a little bit hard to see when you're sewing with white thread, but take a look at some of these others. If you look right here, see how that's like dark? That's a lot of stitches right there to get that dark color. That's the back stitch to finish off the threads. So you want to back stitch at the end of your threads. First, I'm going to show you how to do this cute little side loop. Now what you do, as you've already done, you back stitch right here and you take the frayed end of your rope and you just tuck that in the space right there. And you can see it already kind of looks like it, except that there are a lot of frays in there. So we're going to go here to our sewing machine. The rope is pretty pliable, so I squished it down. And we're going to change our machine settings from about 2 to 3 millimeters down to about 1.5 to 1 millimeters. And that gets us a lot of stitches, a lot of zigs and zags in 1 little inch. So we're going to go forward over that frayed part, and then we're going to go backwards. So you're doing a lot of stitches right in the same spot, but over where all those frays were. And now you're going to kind of come up over the next little layer right there, and you're going to back stitch. And you can check and make sure that you've done it well. If you look in there and your little loop holds, then you've done the coil finish. The loop finish, not the coil finish. All right, so that one is done. We have our loop finish right there. Now another finish for a basket, and this seems to be everybody's favorite, is this cute little coil. Now our secret here is that we're not sewing through the coil. It's actually glued down. So you're gonna take the end of your rope, and a little fray is nice because that gives you a little space to build it around. So you kind of loop your little bit, and remember you back stitch there to finish things off so you have no loose ends. And just kind of take a look at it. Is that about the size you want? Is the placement what you want? So you're going to coil that up right there. Glue gun. Just pop a little bit of hot glue down in there and press it on all sides to make sure that the layers hold together. And this is where you can get really creative. You can throw some knots in there. You can add some extra elements if you want. The glue gun can be really helpful if you have vintage buttons or want to throw in a little bit of lace. You can do a lot of things kind of centered around a coil like this to finish it off. And the last little finish is a handle. And this can be nice, for a small basket. Maybe you want to hang it, or maybe you just want a little bit of a decorative look. But if it's a larger basket, maybe a bread basket or something like that, and you want handles to hold something or carry something, this is how you're going to do that. So remember, here you've come around, you've finished off the rope, and you back stitched. Now there's a little extra left, and what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of visually lay it out so that you see the handle coming out like this, and then put a pin a little bit right there through all the layers. So that's going to hold it all together. Now when you go to your sewing machine, I'm going to use the pin to point to this here. When you go to your sewing machine, you're going to start zigzag stitching right where your pin is all the way to the end, and you're going to back stitch a few times. And the goal is twofold. First, you want to stitch and hold the layers of rope together. But second, you want your stitches to kind of finish off those frays there. So we're going to go to the sewing machine and do that. All right. There we are. I'm putting the first stitches down right there where the pin is. I'm going to take the pin out. I just have a few more stitches to go. And you can see I've back stitched a few times there. All right, there we go. Now we have a little handle. So those are some different ways to finish off the baskets, but you can definitely choose your own ways. That's part of the fun of making coiled rope baskets. And again, if you remember, we do have kits available, and you'll find all these instructions in each of the kits. What kind of rope we use is what we put in the kits. The needles that we suggest, that's what we put in the kits. How to set your sewing machine, it's all there. So these things are ready for you to get started and get going on your own.